Hello.
Hello.
I was cracking, man.
Not much, my guy. Hopefully, I might be able to edit these anyway. I just wanted to make sure it was working properly.
I mean, does it really matter?
I don't think it matters. I was just like, oh, we'll just start from scratch.
I mean, at least it was us raw, so
That's exactly it. I'll have a look at it. I wanted to make sure it was working fine and the kinks weren't broken. I
yeah.
think there is a bit of a hiccup, so I think I've got to invite one and then invite after.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because of the weird way it's all set up.
All right, now set up fine now.
There's the big fella.
There's the big fella. So let's get into this. What's up, Beardies and Beardettes? You're listening to another fine episode of the Beardy Bros podcast, Season 2, Episode 1, 2021. And we're starting off hard. We've got ourselves a guest this episode, so you're listening to Dale and Jim. And we've got JUDDEE with us today.
What's going on, fellas?
Yeah, man. Finally, we're sticking to our word. We've got ourselves a guest, and we got JUDDEE.
I'm happy to be here,
Big
boys.
man,
I'm just lacking the beard, but I'm here.
No, you've got a stash, don't you?
Yeah, I got a terrible stash. But...
He's got his terrible stash. He's got that dirty, filthy stash. That's still all right.
Still counts.
Still counts. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting for a new season, new year.
I can't believe you've stuck to it. Congratulations, boys.
To it, and we're going to keep on going through this whole year, however it may go, and however many guests we may get along the way.
That's good. This season 2, I can't believe it.
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh, I mean, there's so many people we could get on this, and we've already started, and that's great.
Oh, hell yeah.
All we need now is get the video going, and it's going to be looking superb.
It's going to happen.
Hopefully it's in the next month, do you reckon?
Should be. We're going to start tests soon for sure, and then go from there.
We just got to find the right platform.
Yeah, 100%.
What works best for YouTube? What works best for streaming even? Because eventually, that's it. Video podcasts and even like possible live stream podcasts as well. So that's what we're looking forward to. Taking all those little bits of ideas from every bit of podcast we see around. And be like, we want to use a bit of that.
Just throw it into one epic podcast.
Oh, hell yeah.
The beard's
That's
just...
Beardy Bros, man. One podcast. 2 guys and a guest.
Cockroach stirring down. Get out of here.
I only listen to one other podcast.
I'm with you. I listen to you guys, and like that's about it.
Yeah, no, we appreciate that, man. And that's actually what I want to talk about. Things like that. That's what I was thinking, because it was like, oh, it's a new year. What do we get into? You know, I was going to say, for starters, what did we get up to for New Year's? How was everyone's New Year's? Was it pretty good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I had a few beers, maybe a few too many, but yeah, no, it was a good time.
There's never enough, man.
No, I did the exact same thing. I mean, I chilled at home, played video games. Jim can agree to that.
Yes. It was not an epic New Year, but it was pretty far up there.
Still decent. It was still a good New Year's.
Well, that's it. Especially with the current times, like, can you even have an epic New Year's?
Not exactly really.
Well, no, from what I heard.
But, yeah.
Yeah. No, some pretty, few people I heard from work that said it was a pretty crazy night for a lot of people, spending in their 2-hour queues to get into a club.
Yeah, they can have that.
I was like, I am not missing out on that at all. I'm like, I'm sitting in here, I can drink as much as I want in the comfortability of my own home and be butt naked if I wanted to. Like, I could do anything, and it was great. So.
Imagine how many games of Warzone I could fit in 2 hours.
Right? Oh. So many.
I mean, is it that bad that you keep dying for mini games?
Well, yes.
Because I remember when Daz and myself played, we had games that lasted 45 minutes or so. Like, it was insane.
Oh, they could last forever.
Yeah, they certainly can.
Or you can have quick matches of gunfight.
Yes.
Which we had last night. Oh, they were good.
I kind of want to get Cold War just to play gunfight.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good, yeah. We played snipers only last night, and I'm not best with the sniper, but it was pretty fun.
Oh, so it was actually a sniper mode, was it?
Yeah, yeah, snipers.
That would have been shit.
I'll say that moment where I thought I could take on 2 guys.
Yeah, Dale had a bit of fun. He jumped out the back of a train and shot one guy and then turned around, and then the other guy come and he just had both guns looking right at him.
So good.
Was it the clip you showed? Was it Des?
Yeah, Tanner had
That
that.
was fucking funny.
So that was exactly it. It was a moment and a half. I was like, "That's so good." Oh,
No.
no.
He had a few good carries, actually. Like, one guy was pretty low on health, and he just ran up and somehow dodged every bullet and just punched him and killed him.
I did the Matrix. So I was like, "Oh."
I mean, Dale can actually do that in COD. Like, he can avoid gunfire like the whole game and just pick people off.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
See, there's no way I could do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell no.
That may be enough training of Fortnite. That's made me get to that. Possibly. I don't know if it's Fortnite or if it's just my skill of avoidance, but
No, it probably would be, because you jump around quite a bit in Fortnite.
yeah, dodging and weaving.
He's social distancing them goddamn bullets.
Even my 1.5 meter distance, just the bullet comes, just push it away. Just like, no, don't touch me, don't touch me. Just push all the bullets away. Just
It's fucking Neo, that shit.
But no, so
Goddamn, son.
so no, that's there's definitely some good moments there.
Definitely a solid game if anyone wants to play it, that's for sure. Especially if you've got friends to play with.
Well, exactly. It is a good game to play with friends. Many friends helps. Oh, so good. Oh, just thinking about it makes me want to play some more.
Well, our Alcatraz Warzone games didn't go to plan. We didn't get the dub, but
there were some hectic moments there that were a bit intense.
yeah, since they got rid of the rebirth, it's made it a bit harder.
Yep. And now they got the gulag in it. It's so weird.
Yeah, and it's so hard to see. Like, the players blend in with everything.
Yeah. So like,
Is it the same Alcatraz that was on Black Ops 4?
Yeah, exactly the same.
Oh, fuck that. That map was hell.
Yep.
And
So
now that there's
chaotic.
no rebirth, it's like you spawn in, you get killed, you go to Gulag, you die, and that's it. So your game could last 5 minutes, could last 20.
And it's still, 100 people or something like that? Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's still 100 people on that small map.
Because I think it used to be 60 on Black Ops 4.
Yeah, I think you're right, 60 or so.
70.
It could be that still, but like it seems like way too many. There's just people everywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you go on the map, there's someone there.
I mean, the tricks to go on that wharf front, like, and then row of buildings, like right at the back.
Yep, on the
Because
docks.
it's all covered there. You're pretty much fine if you get inside there.
And you can't swim.
Yes.
So if you haven't played it and you want to do the sneaky hide in the water for a little while, yeah, don't, because you die.
I think
Do we
I
have
learned that.
Someone landed on it, it's like glass. Like, oh my god, it feels like glass.
Yeah.
Just crash bang straight into the water, just died instantly.
Oh, no.
It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
that's how you learn.
Yeah, I think they got rid of it because a lot of matches, people were just hiding out in the water, and you could actually shoot from the water, so they were just picking them off as they waited out there and just ruined it a bit.
That's filthy. Bloody cheaters. I mean, not cheaters, but just cherry pickers. Just sit there.
Yeah, I guess they're not cheating. They're using the game as the way it was designed, but still, it's sly.
That was so broken.
You're holding a 50 cal sniper and kicking with your legs out in the middle of the ocean. It's like, I don't know about
There's no way
That's
someone.
like, when you just go skimming across the water like a pebble.
Very cool, just drowns you.
Just shoot, just send you 10 meters under the water or something stupid. Just,
That's something you can make in bloody Gary's mod does.
Oh man, Gary's mod is such a good game.
That's something you just like get a 50 car in the water and. Oh, fuck.
I've never played that with friends, but I could imagine it'd be so good.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. Now, Gary's mod is pretty good. Something we'll have to look at playing at some point.
You've talked me into it.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. But,
doesn't take much.
Going on.
I was trying to find that game you told me the other day, Juddy. Is that Carlin?
Beam and G Drive.
BMG.
Yeah, I didn't remember that name.
Yeah. So that is a solid simulation game. It's real like physics based too, but yeah, it's actually really good.
Ooh, that's tempting.
It's like I just like the crash physics of it. Like you can see each panel crumble and like the roof caves in and all sorts of things, and you can starve the motor of oil and everything like that. Like it's crazy and it's cheap.
Yeah, because the stories you told me, I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, like you can actually change everything in the map. It goes into like this edit mode. You can lower everything, lift stuff, and blah blah blah. But you can change the gravity as well. So you can do like moon gravity or anything like that. You can make it really strong so you can't even leave or drive. It just crushes your car as soon as you start.
So going from there, what game was that again?
It's Beam and G Drive.
Beam and G Drive. So that's on. We'll put that down as a recommendation. Juddy's recommendation.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
That's Juddy's recommendation.
What other games would you recommend to people? Some of our listeners, what would you recommend them to play?
Definitely like a shooter that I've been looking into. I haven't played myself, but I've watched quite a lot of streams of is Escape from Tarkov.
Yep.
Which you already would have heard of.
Yeah.
It is like crazy what you can do in that game.
Well, our
real.
Shaven Wookie loves playing a lot of Tarkov.
Yeah, that's right. And I think you got to be pretty good to play it too, because I was like, from watching the streams, like there's no map or anything like that. You got to really use your hearing and find where people are.
Yeah, it's like
you've actually got to pay attention to your surroundings.
A lot more detail than like DayZ used to be and like Armor stuff. Like it's really in depth. More.
Yeah, like you get shot in the stomach and you will eventually bleed out if you don't patch it up, and if you get shot in the leg, you limp. And I think it's pretty cool. It used to be bad. Like I heard bad things about it when it first came out, but now they've obviously patched it up. It's come good.
I think half that could have been just bad players who got killed a lot.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There's always a lot of that. You're like, oh, this game is bad. Oh, I didn't, because they didn't know how to understand the engine, how the game worked. It's very unique how it plays.
Yeah, definitely. It's nothing like Battlefield or COD together. It's just like its own game.
And then it's just with other survivals, like your battle royales. Like it's not like a survival game. It's more really in depth for a survival.
Yeah. Like you could play for 2-3 hours and not see anyone, or you could play for 2-3 hours and see heaps of people and just die a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely on my wish list. I do want to play that.
Yeah, I'm this close to getting it. Fingernail close to getting it.
Out of here, cocky! You filthy cockroach! Filthy cockroach. Harassing me. Get out of my Xbox.
But probably another game I would recommend would be SnowRunner.
SnowRunner?
You've ever played Spin Tires?
Yeah.
Spin Tires, I think.
Yeah, especially on PC, because you can do the mods and that sort of stuff. It's really
the
good.
better part playing a lot of that on PC.
I spoke to Dale about that a couple of weeks ago, about that Sprint Tires. I was like, what the hell is this? He's like, SnowRunner and Mudrunner. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, Mudrunner on Xbox. It's not too bad, but it is very... it has something like
it's
very...
on Xbox, I think.
No, it's janky, but like it's very in-depth. The engines are very in-depth. It's proper driving simulators. Like it's pure, like, to a T driving simulators, pretty much.
Yeah. So Mudrunner, my only downside with that was the map was too boggy.
Yeah.
You couldn't even drive without getting bogged.
That's what really does my ending, especially with the trucks and stuff, and you try and drive around. Like, I'd have to drive off-road majority of the time through the grass, through the trees, just to try and drive, because you'd get bogged in the tracks too much.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, you get bogged in real life, but not
like that. Like,
puddle.
you're on sink into the ground.
Yeah. But they sort of fix that with SnowRunner. I've played quite a lot of SnowRunner, and it's definitely better than MudRunner.
Yep. Not recommendation.
Still grindy, but good.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
He's sold. No, they aren't too bad. Like, I actually fairly enjoyed MudRunner to a degree. It has its moments where but I think primarily it comes down to that. Just like I said, just that driving through the tracks is just very tedious, and it just kind of bores me a bit, because I just want to be able to, like, drive. And not, like, I can understand, like, bogging and getting that experience a little bit, but, like, every time I try to just drive anywhere, I just dig straight into the ground. That really...
Yeah, 100% agree. 100%.
That's the way it goes, though.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Some people love it, some people don't. You can't make everyone happy.
No.
That's the name of it, MudRunner, so...
I was going to say, make people happy. I've been like that with Cyberpunk. I've actually been enjoying it, surprisingly.
Oh, really?
Told you it was so
There's
good.
been a few more janky moments. Like, I thought, it hasn't been as buggy. The further I've gotten on, it's gotten a little bit more buggy here and there. But it's still been pretty good. Like, once it renders in properly, it's been okay.
I remember that hot thing you told me about.
It's kind of funny.
When you said about bugs, that freaking cop you hit.
Oh, that freaking... Whoa.
Oh, it's kind of nowhere.
The city looks beautiful. I'll give them that.
It's insane. Like, you just keep going and going. Some places I found seem to be a slight copy and paste, I feel. Unless I'm getting myself confused and I'm double backing on places. But I've been
I think you're double backing because
some places like copy and paste.
The city is huge.
Yeah, it's pretty massive. Like, it is insane.
Like, there's big districts, which look all the same. But when you hit a new district, it changes completely.
Different design aspect. Everything's different being in a different district. It's insane. Like, attention to detail is on point. Like,
well, the amount of rubbish on the streets, in buildings, like, you can pretty much enter any building pretty much.
Well, the mechanics work really well. Like, I've been running around and basically parkouring through the whole game to see what it's like and the responsiveness of it. And it works really well. And it feels like sometimes I'm playing Mirror's Edge. When I start running around and running and jumping and stuff.
Actually,
like, it's insane.
It's going to be a good game. You just got to give it some time,
and that's exactly it. And that's another thing I was thinking of, something that's still needs a bit of time, which some people are impatient for. I was talking to Jim about this before. Was I just saw a post about someone ranting on, like, we're only like a day, 2 days into the start of the year, and this person's like, where's the Anthem overhaul? Oh, no. Why have we not seen this? It's like, it's only just 2021 now. We've just started. COVID was last year.
Did they say it was going to be out this year?
Like, I don't know what year they said it was going to be out, but, like, maybe later this year. But, like, there's still time. Like, oh.
But, like, are developers, like, not allowed to have holidays?
Exactly. Developers haven't had a chance to, because they've just been hounded at. They basically had to crunch.
I think they're doing that now. I think they had the Christmas break. That's why they said the patch was
hopefully
in January.
I really hope they did get to have a break, because they crunch time through that tremendously. Yeah. Like, yeah.
I mean, they really do deserve a break. They've patched that game like what? They gave it so many patches of like 20 gig a patch.
Something like that.
Like, they've overhauled that game already.
Oh, that's why it seems so much more better since I first started it, because they made some big improvements.
Because I showed you my install on the PS5. It was 70 something gig.
Yeah,
and now it's nearly 120.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Oh, really? So it's gone up quite a lot.
Yeah,
like they've patched a lot of things. Like, I've only crashed once. I played yesterday for like 7 hours. I crashed once right at the end.
Which I can deal with that.
Which is not bad, because before that last patch, I was crashing every hour to 2 hours. which
Yeah,
was
right.
pain in the ass, and I just gave up.
Well, see, I played for 3 hours and didn't have a glitch, didn't have a single problem like on release day.
Yeah.
Was that PC?
Yeah, that was PC.
Hey, you lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah, they like straight up from the start for me on Xbox. I saw weird glitches where plates were levitating around everywhere, cans were flying through the air. Like, that was weird.
Oh.
Nothing massively like extreme, but like minute stuff. And some of the rendering of like the graphics of certain textures were pretty shonky. But they have been a lot improved though for base console.
I remember that light coming through underneath the wall.
Oh, just lights that make no sense, not bouncing properly. That was still kind of there, but it's improved a lot.
I did see one streamer that I watched. He went to climb over a wall off a phone booth, and as he grabbed onto the wall, he just like held his hands out and then just levitated across the road, and it just dropped him on the side of the footpath.
Those are funny though. Those things.
Yeah, I clipped it. I was like, "That's hilarious."
That is great.
Yeah, some janky stuff like that here and there, but yeah, it's one of those things.
I mean, I keep getting this one thing. I don't think it's a glitch or anything, but if I kill someone, the people behind them run forwards, trip over the dead guy, and just faceplant.
Yeah, yeah, stuff like that.
That seems, I'm not sure if that's a glitch or it's a mechanic, but they just trip over and they just slowly fall and go splat.
Maybe it's a mechanic, yeah. Or,
well, they do freak out.
Like,
they do.
So often. Like they do bounce. Like when I killed them, they start bouncing.
Yeah,
like...
I've seen that glitch happen a few times. Not mine, but other people.
Wow. But they're trying to get back up
after you've killed them.
Yeah, they just bounce around in T-pose and like that one in the video we've seen online where the dude got his head cut off and he's just casually walking around without a head.
Yeah, walking around without a head.
That's floating everywhere.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
mean, at least we haven't had what it was in the. Remember the trailer they showed off like a year ago, where that dude was yelling when half his torso's gone. He's still going, ah!
Yeah.
At least I haven't had that. I think they fixed that stuff. Because I've just remembered quite a lot of people and they don't say anything.
Well, you wouldn't want them to, hopefully.
No, but just remember that gameplay demo. Like, oh, we've made this to show, but they didn't get the biggest one of all was that dude with no head or chest. And he's going, ah!
Just screaming, yeah.
Like, how'd you miss that?
There's some crazy.
I'm not one to let it ruin the game for me. I'll still play it.
Right? I mean, and the bugs don't kill it for me because they're not game-breaking bugs. They're just stuff that you go, haha, and then just move on.
Yeah, it's just minor stuff
but
like limiting cars or weird out-of-place object print. Like, it's nothing serious. They're not serious.
Look, I've never had a T-pose. My car's never just driven itself off without me in it. Like, I've never had no bugs, really, apart from the tripping over, which could be a bug, and the people bouncing when they're dead.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I must say the only problem I have with the game, and it's just the game itself, is F gets used so much, like when you're trying to like do the cutscenes and that sort of stuff and make decisions. That in a game annoys me. I don't know if it's just like you guys as well, but it's like just play the cutscene, then let me do some stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I've got to make a decision after this.
I'm fine with it. I don't find a problem with that, per se. I mean, it does happen often, though.
Yeah, I've had that a few times. To say because on console, like B and like the skip is B, and I walked into one place where I was crouched and a cutscene started. Well, not a cutscene, but like you had to make a choice, and you press B to skip. And I'm like, oh, I better stand up, and I skipped halfway through like the cat. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing now. Now I'm gonna make a choice. What am I making a choice through? Like, I have no context because I skipped it all.
Yeah, they should have made it something else other than B or circle or whatever it is on C, wouldn't it, on computer?
Yeah, that's weird.
Is it C? Yeah, it might be C. Okay.
C's crouch, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember what button it is. I thought it was F, but I could be wrong there.
They're close to each other.
Yeah, I have no idea. All the games I've played on PC, C is usually crouch.
Yeah.
I can see.
I don't know. I do want to get it for PC though.
It would
Do it.
be a
Looks
lot better on
beautiful.
PC. And the possible
But
mods.
I'll get the PS5 patch hopefully soon
Yeah.
in January or February.
All the big patches right
So I
then.
can wait for that. Because it looks pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm loving it. I'm only level 18. I've spent fuck all time in it.
I'm level 9, I think.
Yeah, I'm not too far in, so I wouldn't know.
Level 9.
Stuff. I've been doing a lot of the side missions primarily. Okay.
They're interesting because
But
your side mission could be different than my side mission.
I think so. The random
Yeah, that's
jobs you
right.
get, like the side quest jobs you get, I think are different every side.
No, I mean the ones where you get the question mark on the map, like those random
Oh,
events.
those ones as well, yeah.
I've had one of those. It was so weird. I had to check on a dude who committed suicide.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like he was an ex-cop and he committed suicide.
and you
Yeah.
had to. What did you have to do? Check on him.
He's like lives downstairs from you.
Yeah, I had to check on him because there's cops outside his apartment, and they're like, "Oh, go check on this guy." So I did, and I come back. I waited. I came back, and they're outside his apartment, sitting there crying. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
no."
I redid that one the other day. I realized what I did wrong, and I followed it through. And you go to the tombstone of this turtle, and then you find out his lost friend was a turtle, and
Turtle.
yeah, he was a bit insane because you go to the things like he paid for a plaque in the wall at this memorial spot, and you click on it, and then Johnny shows up. And he's like, "Hey, it's like he's a bit messed up in the head, but good feel for the guy."
Over a turtle.
I love freaking Johnny. He's such a dick.
That's what I mean. He doesn't. I've been playing it for a bit of it. I haven't seen him pop up too often, and I'm kind of like, I wish he was more into a lot of the stuff you do. Yeah, because I've done a lot of the gigs and jobs and stuff, and he only popped up the once for the turtle or the tortoise mission with the suicide guy, and that was it.
I give him every fucking mission in some form.
Which is a bit strange.
Like side missions he pops up, main missions he pops up, fucking question marks he pops
Yeah, I
up.
haven't had him pop up that often, so I don't know what the go is.
He swore at me one time. He was so angry.
Yeah.
That was in a question mark one. I was like,
Sometimes
"Dang."
he'll have voiceovers every now and then, but it's pretty spread between. I've done 5 or 6 side jobs, and I haven't seen him once. So
I think it's stuff
more
that
story based.
he remembers or that he has experience with. He pops up in.
Yeah, related things, relatable stuff.
There's always got an answer for it, or something. Or he calls you a dick for doing the opposite.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Like when I was going over the tortoise thing, I was like, "Who fucking does this thing if it has a plaque for a tortoise? Is he fucking crazy?" And then Johnny was like, "Hey, shut the fuck up, Give a poor guy a break."
Well, I mean, he can't talk. He's dead. So
Well, he can clearly.
yeah. Well, I mean, he's technically dead, but he's still there in your head.
He doesn't have a body. You've been backed up.
Oh, he's trying to get that though.
Trying to. Oh.
That's fucking great. I kind of love the story. I'm not far in, but it's so good.
It's okay. You don't want to go any further. We don't want to try it. If you do the choices right, you get the tortoise. If you don't, dude dies. That's one little spoiler for that mission.
How do you get the tortoise though? Because I went there and I was just crying. I'm like,
You got to answer all the blue questions. You got to delve deep into it.
oh, the MCPD missions.
Yeah, you got to go all through those blue questions that when you're talking to him, and then you do all that. And then it gives you the side mission to go check out the tortoise.
Oh.
Well, I think I was just a dick to him then.
Yeah, if you just go, whatever, just very basic
Yeah,
little
that's
yellow
the main
questions.
way I play.
Yeah, I kind
If
of
you
like
give me an
I
option
felt
to swear
bad
at someone,
because I went back when I did the stuff up the first time. I went back and spoke to the cops because they were outside. The guy was crying, upset. Then they're like, "Get out of our face!" And then they started shooting me. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck!" So I slashed them up with my samurai sword. I was like, "Well, fuck you guys!" Then slashed them up and then jumped off the fucking balcony. I was like, "Ah!" and committed suicide myself.
Why did they do that though? What
I
the
was up in
fuck?
their face, like, "Step back, civilian." Get out of our face. And I was like, oh, I just wanted to talk to you guys. It's like, that's it.
Jeez, that's fucking hostile.
Yeah, they pretty much are. They get very defensive.
I mean, all cops on that game are, because I just looked at one wrong and 6 spawned right behind me. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
We can get pretty hectic with that.
Yeah, I don't like the cops in there because they're so broken.
Yes.
Really, it's looking pretty good for them because, like for Cyberpunk, because they had nearly 25 million players simultaneously on Steam.
Oh, fuck
it's insane. Like a lot of people, like that's it. There's a lot of people. The majority of those that are like, oh, it's so bad, or the ones it's very minute to the actual people that have actually kept it and love it and play it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's very minute. They seem to blow it out of proportions a little bit. People getting refunds, but there really isn't that many.
I find it funny how the one of the heads at CDPR said people weren't willing to wait and they're getting refunds.
Yeah.
Like they weren't willing to wait for the patches.
Over again.
And then they're just going to buy it again when the patches come out and people say it's good. Majority of them are.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. Like, The Last of Us, I loved it. People who hate it haven't even played it.
Yeah.
Like,
see, I've never played it, so I'm not going to say it's good or bad, but I've watched some streams on it and it wasn't bad. But I'm also not a campaign player, so...
Yeah.
You wouldn't have got the story from... I mean, maybe... The story is pretty long. It's 20-odd hours. You've got to pay attention that whole time.
Ooh, I don't know if I could do that.
It's, yeah.
20 hours is a long time for me.
I think it's 25, I think, if you want to play it. 25 hours story.
But then again, I did the Red Dead Redemption 2 campaign, and that's like, what, 60 hours or something?
Something like that. Probably, but it's
for the whole game.
Really pulls you in that game. Really pulls you in.
I think I liked that because I played the first one. Like, I completed the first one. And I was like, ooh, I'm so keen to see if, like, John Marston's here or is he dead or...
Like, what's going on?
Wait.
And then you rescue him.
If he's dead
then I started playing. I was so confused. I'm like, wait, what is going on? He's alive.
You rescue him at the start of the game. It's like, oh, so that's how this happened. That's how he got his scars. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, it's number 2, but it's a prequel.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they started with that first and then made Red Dead Redemption second.
Because then you could have done so much more with the first game then. Like,
I mean, I reckon for number 3, they'd have to do it from make it a younger. What's his name?
Jack? Or young
Butch.
A younger Butch. Dutch, yeah.
I'll do Dutch. I gotta play.
I kind of want a younger Dutch to see what it is like forming the game. Like, like really getting all the older people there and
bringing everyone in.
Yeah, what made him such a leader?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Because I don't want to play as Jack again. I haven't really played Red Dead Redemption, but I did the Undead Nightmare stuff. That was more fun than the main game, I thought.
Yeah, the Undead Nightmare was good, but I wasn't a big fan of it. I don't know.
It's a very novelty. I got
zombies and patting them back on my horse.
Yeah.
They've all got Deadeye, and it was good for me.
Oh, Deadeye.
You got the repeater with like 14 shots, and you just buddy plow everyone as you're cruising past.
Yeah.
Or you shoot one rabbit 14 times. Go up to skin it, and you just like straight away pick up the skin.
No.
I actually recently bought again Red Dead 2 just to play on the PS5 to see if it got any upgrade.
Is it any better or?
I have no idea. I haven't installed it yet.
What are you going to have?
Such a big game.
We need these.
It's like 100 gigs.
Episode 2. Jim lets us know how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not playing it. I'm not doing it.
So why'd you buy it then if you're not going to do it?
I will. I'm saving it for a round of PS5 games. Because I'm actually going through them quite quick.
Yeah.
Finished Watch Dogs. Platinum Miles Morales. Now I'm doing Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
And then
you
Valhalla.
have been going through pretty fair well doing the rounds on all that.
I mean, they are short, those two. And Watch Dogs Legion, I do recommend anyone play that because I loved it. It's so good. I'm keen
I
to
remember you driving the scissor lift around. That was hilarious. And you just lifted it up to the roof, like got on the roof and they started shooting you.
Oh, the game's so good. Like, I thought it goes a bit faster, but it was going too slow. And then I nearly tipped it.
Yeah, you had it right up, went down the gutter, and it leaned right over. I was like, oh, here he goes.
Oh no! No!
I mean, I smashed that game so bad because the story drags you in. Like, you wouldn't expect that for a game where there's no protagonist, really.
Yeah.
It's just random people. But I stuck as one dude mainly.
That's exactly how I feel anyway. Like, I feel like you find that one main character that you end up recruiting and just stay as them the whole game.
Yeah, well, you've actually got to use at least 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 or 7 different people.
Yeah, I know they force that upon you with certain stuff. Well, they try to anyway.
Which makes sense because it is a game about you have to recruit people to use.
Yeah.
Of different skills.
Do you have to build their skills for each person, or is it just sort of like across the board?
No, it's predetermined. Like, I mean, you could hire a stripper if you want, like, recruit a stripper, and she
spends so much fucking money.
I did that.
I don't know if it's a stripper or a hooker, but she spends so much fucking money, it does my head in. Like, oh, she bought a new outfit. Oh, she bought a new outfit. Oh, she bought a new outfit. It's like, can you stop spending my fucking credits?
Well, I mean, she has to keep up appearances.
Oh, apparently so. Fucking $300 to $500 a pop every time.
I kind of want number 4 now, and it's driving me bonkers because that mightn't come out till 2025.
It'll be a while because all the DLC that they're going to bring out for this game. So
once the DLC stops, the new game's coming. That's the way I look at it.
Yep, that's exactly the way it goes.
Except for GTA 5, they're still bringing it out. I'm adamant there's GTA 6 in the works.
Well, there's still DLC for that.
Yeah,
so.
But you see, they took down the banner for Red Dead Redemption 2 in the side office. The only time they took that down was when GTA 5 came out and Red Dead Redemption GTA 5 was out and Red Dead 2 was coming out. And they replaced it.
So maybe
we'll just see another GTA to go up.
2021, 22.
So it could be coming. I
Let's
reckon 2022 we'll see another one.
I hope, because that'll be nearly 10 years since 5.
Yeah.
That's
which
too
would
long.
go with San Andreas as well.
Because they pumped out so much GTA back in the 2000s. Like, they put out one every, few years?
Yeah. Those games lasted for 7 years. It's just like, holy shit.
And then San Andreas came out, and it was sort of just like slowed down after that.
Yeah.
Then they did obviously 4.
Well, San Andreas 4 was it?
Yeah.
Because I remember Vice City, fucking GTA 3, all those come out pretty quick up to San Andreas.
Yeah.
But Vice City was probably my favourite because that was so good.
See, everyone seems to like Vice City, but it wasn't my favourite.
I like
it was good.
It was. I mean, there was a lot to do in it.
Yeah.
The setting was fucking awesome. Like, I think they said number 6 is in Vice City as well.
I think that's what they're looking at. Yeah.
It's going to blow up. If it's in Vice City, it's just, we already know it's going to blow up. It's going to be crazy.
So many people want to go back to Vice City.
Oh, they love it. Especially if you can get the mansion again. People are just going to be like, yeah, nope, I'm done. Buying it.
Oh,
give me 3 copies.
Yep. Carface Hotel.
I just, if you get the Tony Montana vibe again, like,
yeah,
be like a drug lord and shit.
Oh,
it'll blow my mind if Rockstar give out stuff with actual decent prices. I'll be crazy.
Yeah. That's get back to reality, Juddy.
That's true. You got to make money. I understand, but
their stuff is reasonably priced, though. To be fair,
yeah, it is. I suppose it depends if you're buying shark
like they're
cards to get
selling
it.
Red Dead Online for $7 at the moment. Like that's a whole online mode for $7.
Well, they know that's the biggest part. Like more people are playing the multiplayer over the campaign.
That's the thing. I've seen so many people say they love Red Dead, but they haven't finished it.
Yeah.
But it gets good towards the halfway.
What I feel like might happen, though, I was going to say, come with the GTA, is if we've seen how Call of Duty's gone with Warzone and how like they've combined the multiplayer and stuff like that, I feel a lot of these games that are keeping things on board, that's where it's going to go. Possibly with GTA, that they may just keep that online and improve on it when we go into like GTA 6. Maybe even expand more so you can travel between. I'm kind of feeling because the amount of people that have invested so much time and money into that online, just be like, oh, we're going to jump ship now. It's just like
let's start again. Yeah, that's a good point.
I reckon stuff will carry over.
So,
like your character and shit.
Yeah, character, maybe money or stuff like that. Maybe you're all like bring everything over. Like you end up making us. They may have a story there. Who knows? We'll see how that goes.
They brought out that map extension a couple of weeks ago, so maybe they might bring out Vice City as another part of it, or
so you can travel. Like actually do the thing where they always rumor, but you can catch a flight and fly to another map.
Yeah,
you know.
For this, they're going to have one humongous map made from the map from 5 and 6, like the one whole map.
That'd be cool.
Because the whole next gen, if they're ditching last gen, they got that power, the SSDs, they've got all this RAM to work with.
They can do a lot more.
So much
they can fit, massive maps. Because the map in 5 was pretty damn big.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't have the 3 protagonists. I just want the one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like
one. I feel.
Or like 4. That was good with Nico. Like that worked.
Yeah. See, I played 4 all the way up until 5 come out.
If it was just Trevor, I would have loved number 5.
Yeah, Trevor was a good character.
Imagine going into GTA with your own custom character.
Because I kind of don't care for Franklin too much. He's boring, I think.
Yeah.
It's more Michael and fucking Trevor. They just always at each other.
I just like to, you go to Trevor and he'd be naked in a dumpster somewhere, or he'd be throwing a body off a bridge or something. He had stuff that was so good about him.
Yeah.
In his meth lab.
The stuff there, it's crazy.
I'm excited to see what this GTA 5 upgrade is for PS5.
Yeah, the exclusive, I don't know if it's exactly exclusive. It's like DLC.
What can they possibly have?
It's insane.
That's new. Is it story? Is it story content? Maybe
it's going to have 10-minute load screens, not 15 minutes load screens.
I'd take that anything. No, I will not be surprised if it's near damn instant, like probably 10-second loads.
Well, people playing on the new Xbox are saying it loads a lot quicker too, just now.
Yeah, so what, 13 seconds, I think?
Which is...
Compared to 40, 50.
Yeah, which is a big increase.
Yeah.
I mean, it was always fast on PC, wasn't it?
But then again, I've never played GTA itself. I always go through the 5M servers so I can play with the mods and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I want to look at doing. Is I want to get the I want to play the RPG.
Guys, if we should all do it. RP is so good. I went to work one day and I worked 12-hour shifts. Come home from work, stayed up until 4 a.m., which is the time I woke up. Playing RP is so good.
Oh, it must be good.
I love it. I haven't played it for some time. The Australian servers are fantastic.
Yeah.
People seem so chilled, like no one's a dick on there.
It's really good. And if you are a dick, you get banned. It's...
Because everyone follows the rules, I think.
And if you don't, you get in trouble.
Fucking hard.
Yep. Oh.
One day we'll be on there. Maybe GTA 6 roleplay or something.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we're further into the episode, so if you're still listening this far, thank you.
Oh fuck!
We're like 45 minutes in, and we haven't even come. I mean, I had a few extra topics I wanted to come across here. I wanted to introduce JUDDEE a little bit more. So if you've listened this far, we appreciate it. And I was thinking maybe we could introduce JUDDEE a little bit more so people can get to know JUD.
Yeah.
So, well, being whatever briefly we can fit in a short amount of time, that's like not forever. I mean, we're all gamers. I was gonna go on like what got you into gaming, but I mean, we all know we all wanted to play games. I guess I don't really know what got everyone into gaming,
that sort of thing, the usual stuff.
Yeah, it's just typical. Here you go, son. Here's a console.
Yeah,
cool. But I was say, I'd say more because you're still streaming a fair bit, aren't you? You're still streaming.
Yeah, I'm still streaming quite a lot.
Yeah,
I'd like to do more, but I tend to get a bit lazy.
Thinking, what was the at least get some questions out here. What was the biggest part that drew you to streaming?
See, I'd never watched streams before, ever. And I was like, I don't see the point in watching someone play games. That's stupid. And then one day I turned on the Xbox and I was like, what is Mixer? And I was like, oh, right. So I was just scrolling through Mixer. And then, I started watching. And then when you start interacting with streamers, you're like, hey, this is kind of cool. And then you meet other people. And I think that's what got me into it was the community aspect of it.
Yep.
Was like, and that's when I started streaming. Then I've met you guys. I've met everyone from MK and just all over the world, really. And I'm playing with more people than I ever did before.
Yeah, it's very much more interactive as well. So just like having like a YouTube video, which you're just sitting and watching this person, like you can actually feel involved being a streamer or being a viewer of a streamer.
Yeah, 100%. Just contributing a bit. It's good. So obviously, streaming's difficult. It's easier. I find it a lot easier if you've got a constant chat. It's a hell of a lot easier to stream.
Oh, yeah.
You guys would know, but it is difficult to get viewers on Twitch.
Well, yeah, that's the other shocking thing too. Like that's another thing that we've mentioned that a few times when that whole change happened from Mixer to Twitch. Like, well, not just to Twitch. Like when Mixer shut down, they went to Facebook Gaming. YouTube, and it's just basically now YouTube Gaming, Facebook Gaming, and now back to Twitch. Like, I mean, Twitch has always been there.
Yeah, that's right.
But
we should have went there ages
ago.
ago.
I started there. That's the thing for me. I started Twitch, and then I went to Beam, which then converted to Mixer, and I kind of just stayed there. And I left Twitch behind, and I should have just stuck to Twitch. I should have just stayed there.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's hard.
I actually miss Mixer.
Microsoft had a gem. They just didn't do anything with it.
I miss the community aspect of Mixer, I think, the most.
It just didn't hit the mark right.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of trolls. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
A goddamn lot of trolls.
I remember watching Mixer and the streamers getting paid quite a lot of money every week was crazy.
Yep.
Like you spend Sparks and you hit the 20 mil, they're making like $960. It's like, wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I fucking forgot about Sparks. That was a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, all the currencies they had, which was basically, what was it, like the bits?
Yeah, it was virtually like bits, and then they brought in Embers, which took over the Sparks. Really, the Sparks were just like, hey, here's my sticker, surprise.
Basically what Twitch has as the base interactive like currency, and then bits, because they have the two as well.
Because I remember using Sparks on non-partners and that, and it was useless because they wouldn't get anything from it. So I just wasted thousands of Sparks on people that shouldn't have had them.
Yeah.
You're just a team player, Jim. That's all it is.
I mean, I was giving it to them, people who were doing good, so they still earned them.
Right. Yeah.
Kids coming up to stream now will never even know Mixer existed.
Well, that's actually it. Like
walkers walking around. I remember back in the day.
Back in my day, we had Twitch and a Mixer. What do you mean?
I was on Mixer for 4 months, I think, Des, wasn't it? 4 months for it shut down? 5 months?
Something like that.
See, that's annoying.
I don't know. Community.
I'd been on Mixer for a long time, and it was slow growth for me. But it was always hit and miss, no real routine. So
people, it's so good. And then I couldn't stream to tell them I was converting to Twitch, so I just lost pretty much 99%.
So you couldn't leave your stream going like most people did.
No. Nope. Because I had to stream from console.
Oh yes, I get you.
But the people who pretty much stuck with me there, like the main ones, come over to Twitch, like you and
follow the social media.
A few random.
No, I'd say that's the biggest part.
I don't know if they found me or.
Well, that's the biggest part too. I was gonna say a lot of the people were just there on Mixer and that was it. They were too lazy to like follow the socials to then see where they're transitioning over, or didn't really kind of convert. Yep. They just like, oh, well, it's done. Whatever, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
A bit disappointing.
See, now if I'm watching a stream, I look for their socials.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Social, your Twitter is a big thing to have to promote yourself.
Oh, hell yeah. If you can hashtag Twitch in there and Twitch streamers, people are all over that.
Yeah, that's right. Like, I'm personally, like on Instagram, for say, I don't look up hashtags, but there is quite a lot of people that do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's usually 100,000 or so people on there.
Because the amount of followers I've got
and they're
from doing that.
Like retweeting on Twitter, stuff like that. They're liking and retweeting. So, I mean, they're still helping out.
Yeah, in some way or form, yeah.
Because them retweeting it could get you a new person then, like,
bam, it's exactly it. Someone go, oh, I might look at that. Might have a look at that. And even then, if it's not that, at least it's getting your socials boosted as well. So they might not, go to the effort of liking you're going through and liking your Twitter or whatever. Oh, not your Twitter, your Twitch. But then they might like the Twitter. They might get an extra follow on the Twitter, and then like down the track, you might get traction from there. Going, oh,
exactly.
If you're on for a change, I might actually check them out. And then,
The way I look at it, you never know when your life could change, because there's some big streamers out there that just find little ones and, they throw the raid in there, and then all of a sudden you're up there with a lot of followers.
That's exactly it. Things like that can happen. There's all kinds of things that could just make.
That's through playing the right game, though. Really,
100%. Which probably I got to learn from as well. I got to stop playing the one game. I stream the game I like, but I should probably broaden my aspect of games I actually play.
Play a mixture of different games, yeah.
I mean, everyone says they don't like variety streamers, but it helps to be one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's best to also, you got to enjoy the game. You can't just like mix your eyes and then be like, oh, this game's kind of bad. I'm just going to try and play it because it's like, this is what's trending. Yeah. But then you're like, they go, oh, this is fun. This is wonderful. And it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. You
people will see that go, oh, great. Yeah.
So story games, not so much, because people don't want spoilers and then they won't watch.
And that's a mixture as well. You got 50 people that want to watch it because they're not going to play it, or they're really curious to see what the story's like, or there's ones that don't want to watch it because they don't want to see spoilers. And that's like me. Like, if there's a game that I want to play, I will avoid, and that's even my friends playing, I'll avoid everyone playing that game. Yeah. Like, no, I'm not watching that. Like when Cyberpunk dropped and everyone was jumping off Cyberpunk, I'm like, I'm not watching your stream. I'm sorry. Unless you're streaming something else, I'm not going to come back. Like, I want to play that game.
You did that to me. You're like, hey, I'm here. I just want to say hi, but I can't watch this because I want to play it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, it's and that can be hard sometimes.
You can't please everyone though. If you do, you're a fucking dick. Just play what you want to play.
Exactly, and the thing is, it's your stream, not theirs. So
yeah, that's it.
You're doing it for you. And then some people go on it with the wrong head sometimes as well. We know that some people want to go into the whole YouTube and streaming thing for the wrong. Or have the wrong attitude when they jump into it. So
yeah, if you want to hit big straight up, you're doing it wrong.
Oh, okay, that just broke.
I mean, you do it because you want to, not you feel like you have to.
Yeah, that's exactly
like, if you know what I mean. Like I want to stream now. Like I get enjoyment streaming for people. Like even you can tell when you watch me, you're like, fucking loving
exactly
it.
Well,
right.
you've been involved even more. You've been buying more things here and there for your stream setup. Like, you're getting really involved in it. That's like me with the podcast. Like, I'm getting really involved, like building the computer and like getting everything going. Like, I want things to be more enjoyable. Like, well, no, they are enjoyable, but bigger.
Yeah,
Like, I want
things
to
after a
it. Like,
podcast as well.
yeah.
Like the mic and the light for the lighting.
You
and
guys
stuff
need
like
like
that.
a Go XR or whatever that XLR or whatever they're called for podcasts. They look incredible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is
that's
difficult because one's in Queensland and one's in Tasmania. But
I might be this year, maybe.
Ooh, look at big news.
It'll make it easier if you build. I would convert my room even more. So
Because I did just get a mic and light, so stream should upgrade, and when I do the potty video, I won't be in a dark fucking the light behind me.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, you'll be able to see it quite a lot better.
See the glorious beard
in all its glory.
That's exactly what I got.
I've had so many people come in and just they're like, the beard brought me here. Like
the amount of times you see that in the chat and they're just like, oh my god, what a glorious beard. They just see it from like the screen cap on the stream. They're like, oh my god, what is this?
Can't help it. Can't help it.
Hey, if I could grow one, I would never shave it.
When the hell I'd go if I cut it off?
Stuff you guys and your testosterone.
We just
get there, Juddy.
Well, that's another thing.
If you can get an epic stash, that's just as good. If you get
See,
like
my old
handlebars
man
going.
can grow a hectic mustache. Like, he's got one, but it just didn't carry on to me. So I don't know. I grow a mustache like my mum does, I guess.
Very basic.
That's good.
Well, what's another thing? I was going to mention as well that you had your podcast for a while as well.
I did, yeah. That lasted one episode, so you're doing excellent.
Oh,
I was going to say, what was it that got you guys into doing a podcast?
I don't know, like, because Tanner and I both stream, so we were sort of already used to being on camera. But we just wanted to do something a bit different. We wanted to have like the gaming aspect, but then we could talk about other things as well that were not even related to gaming, I suppose. And then I built, like, what got us into it was I built a dual stream room in my shed. And I was like, oh, well, you know, it's all soundproof and everything. I'll buy 2 PCs and we'll just set up it like a recording studio on each side and do it. But I'm a shift worker and Tanner works, and it's hard to get 2 people on at the same time. And
it is. Again, it's manageable. Like, for us, it just works. Even though me and Jim are miles apart, he's Tassie, I'm Brisbane, Queensland. It's luckily we have what we have in this day and age. It works fine. But yeah, when you try to go from that aspect that you build a whole room and stuff, and that requires the pair up of time.
Yeah, and like, you guys are killing it. What, season 2, episode 1, and last season had 35 episodes. Like, you're almost at a full year, and that's commitment.
And that's actually it. We're doing it every week.
Weekly.
Every week we do the podcast, and I love it. Like, I always look forward to it. Like, okay, it's my routine. Like, I have to do the podcast this week. Like I'm down for it. Like, even if I was to like miss a week or 2 weeks, I'm like, podcast, come on. I'm like, I need to do the podcast. Come on, 2 weeks. Come on, 2 weeks. Podcast time. Like, it's gotten that much routine now that I can't like not do the podcast.
Yeah, and like, you're killing it too. And if you wanted to miss a week, you could do what you've done now and have a guest speaker to replace yourself or one of you, so you could have a break for a couple of weeks or something.
And that's exactly what we could do. Was it?
I actually said to Daz last Wednesday, we're doing the podcast.
Yeah, he got his days confused. He's like, oh, we're doing the podcast. I was like, dude, it's the wrong day. He goes, oh, yeah. Like, we get so keen for the podcast. Like, I like I said, I always look forward to it. Even when I get to point, sometimes there'll be some episodes, if you listen, I start like almost feel like I'm falling asleep. I'm like, I need to do this podcast. It needs to happen. I'm not giving up on this.
Nah, you're killing it. And yeah, I listen every week, and even for me, they come around quickly. Like, I'll look at work and I'm just shit, there's another one. And I'm the type of listener that chucks it in at work and does my job and just wanders around and listens to it. It's great. Like, that's why I keep coming back every week.
I mean, this may be a weird episode for you to listen to later on if you decide to listen to it.
I'll listen to it, but yeah, it is going to be strange. I'm like, oh, is that what I sound like? Ugh.
That's why I don't listen.
Like, I'm going to listen to you, brother, forget that. Like, oh, that's right, I did that episode. What?
I already know what happened.
I fucking hate listening to myself.
Yeah. Well, another thing I wanted to bring up as well recently since I found your TikTok, you because you mentioned it last night, and I was like, what? And you're like, oh, yeah, that one video that went viral, and it is a pretty funny video.
It did go viral, yeah. 350,000 views.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, that's actually viral. Like, it didn't come up in my recommendations, but still, like, that's something that would normally. I'm like, why did I not see that?
It's actually funny. Like, I posted it, and I knew it was going to go viral in the first hour because it had like 10,000 views, and I was like, "This has just taken off, like something strange."
Yeah.
And then it lasted about 3 weeks, and then it died. Like it just stopped. I'm like, "Well, that's normal. Things replace it." And then a couple of people must find it and they like it, and then it just starts building up again. It's just crazy how it just goes in people's feeds again.
Oh, it's so good. It's just the right sense of humor, though. Like that's. I've shared it around a couple of times just to like, look at this. It's pure gold entertainment.
And like, I got follows on Instagram from that. I got people will like add you on Snapchat, all sorts of things. Like it's just because I got links to everything, and like it just worked. And now when I post one, like one might get 200 views, and then the next one that gets 5,000 and 6,000 views, and like I got 30,000 likes now, and I just ticked over 630 followers or something.
Yep.
So
yeah, it can be pretty hard to get like that viral hit. Like I've had a few random, like nothing massive viral, but I had like a traction there. Look, it took. I had a post took like 5 hours to really get anything, and next minute like went off crazy for one bit there. Where I was getting likes and stuff, and I was like, "What the hell?" And it died off again. So I know what that's like. It's weird.
Yeah.
But I bet like mine's like shadow banned. I feel
you don't make it to go viral. It's always an accident that goes viral.
100%. I just posted it because I thought it was funny, and then it blew up. And I must say, actually, TikTok, the community must be pretty good because I got 4 hateful comments on that video out of all the views it had. Like that's pretty good, and it wasn't even that bad. It was just people having a sulk.
No, it's just great. It's just typical humor. Like it's straight normal. Like it's great. There's nothing wrong with it. Like you can't really realistically say anything bad about it.
And if it was bad, TikTok would have removed it because they've removed some of my videos before.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, if I try and post a burnout, they'll remove it straight up.
Because they're like, no, we don't condone these fines because it's like vehicle hazards. So
it's like we don't condone this sort of behavior and that sort of thing, which is fair enough. But if you don't start the video with a burnout, they won't catch you.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I'm still not getting on TikTok.
Get it, Jim.
Yep, I'm getting on TikTok. He's like, I'm still not getting on TikTok.
I've got friends that send me videos, right, from TikTok but refuse to get TikTok. They think it's hilarious, the video, and you see the little watermark down the corner, and they still won't do it.
Well, they must, they like somewhere else has saved it and shared it. And they're just like, oh, look at this, but no, it's from TikTok, but they won't get on TikTok.
Yeah.
I spend so many hours on TikTok, it's not funny.
I don't even really watch. Like, I didn't watch what Dale sent me earlier until he actually said, "Did you watch it?" I'm like,
and then I'm like, dude, watch it.
Like, oh damn!
And it was specifically saved as well, like because he doesn't watch ones I share. He avoids what I share to him, so I was like, I'll save it and send it to him.
Yeah.
And he still avoided it. But no.
Hey, did you guys?
This is like it's a fad. It'll come and pass.
Like thrown off topic, but did you guys hear? And I could be wrong here, but apparently Spider-Man's got a new suit in the comics.
Oh, wouldn't be surprised. What? I would not be surprised if that happened.
What Spider-Man though? Miles or Peter? What do you mean a new suit though?
It's completely different to anything. Like it's got oranges and blues, and so it's blue and white with grey and electric orange highlights. It's crazy. It's designed by Dustin Weaver.
That's different.
Spider-Man has a new costume at least for a little while. March. We'll make its debut in March. Amazing Spider-Man issue 61 and 62. So yeah, it's a futuristic style. It's still the same kind of layout where like the blue is blue, where the red would be is white instead. But there's no webbing on it. It has a neon like tracer through some of the spots of the suit.
He literally looks like Iron Man.
Pretty much.
That's what I think he looks like.
Save that for the socials as well.
Would it be a Fantastic Four kind of thing with the blue and the white?
Kind of in a way, similar. But it's not planned to it. Is there a...
Because that is coming back, and they might have been doing it early with like Spider School.
Design the new costume.
Maybe
like Dustin Weaver's done quite a bit of stuff. Like he's done Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and also he's got his own cartoon series.
Because there is a Fantastic Four Spider-Man suit in the game from 2018.
Kind of cool. It's like a new suit, so that's cool to introduce a new suit after all this time.
Yeah, I just thought I read it today, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to bring that up."
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah!
Really cool to share. Let us know.
Because I wouldn't have seen that not for a long time. I don't.
In general, for this week, the news wasn't extremely massive, and it was more of like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, I've got some juicy things. I've got stuff juicy.
You got some juicy
Beardy
stuff.
Bros love juicy news.
Juicy news, man.
Get onto that. Well, what do you got that's juicy enough for this new episode?
One's a Halo Infinite rumor.
Yep.
Which might excite you, Daz.
Yes.
But the Arbiter's possibly in it.
I would not be surprised.
Because the funny thing is, Keith David, who did the voice of the Arbiter, has been teasing it for the last week.
That's all right then.
And someone did ask him on Twitter, are you able to tell us if you're in Halo Infinite? And he replied with, I'd have to kill you.
Ooh.
If I tell you I have to kill you kind of thing.
So that kind of is the Arbiter's back
in Halo Infinite? He was already back before, so I wouldn't be surprised that he'd be back in this. So...
But, I mean, damn,
and maybe have more of a key role in it and stuff like that.
He could also be sitting at home with his legs up like, hey, this is going to cause a stir.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't fucking troll everyone. Fucking troll. Also, this one's a long one, not necessarily, but it's to do with Elden Ring.
Yep.
But there's a few little paragraphs about it. That was announced that the game world is based of the world tree from Norse mythology and also references something from Celtic mythology.
Interesting.
Which is interesting. Like Celtic, we don't really have that in any game, do we?
No, not much.
Because we usually get Norse, but Celtic as well. Like, damn.
That comes out this year, doesn't it? Elden Ring?
Apparently, yeah.
See how
there was also the gameplay is similar to Dark Souls, but the map is much larger, includes dynamic weather and day and night alteration. Imagine you fight a boss from day to night.
Oh, wow.
And the weather changes from sunny to thunderous.
That would be cool.
So some dynamic weather day and night, like in a Souls-like game. Oof.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
There was also the game development stage has been completed in the first half of 2020. And is now in the polishing stage. He's pretty sure the game will release in 2021. It's possible to see a new trailer after the Japanese New Year, which ends on the 4th of January.
Ooh, 2 days away.
So we could get a possible trailer or a tease for more Elden Ring very soon. Which I have to admit, I was never a big Souls fan. After playing a few recently, I love them. I'm keen for Elden Ring.
So possibly by the end of January, we could see a new trailer.
or gameplay or something, man. Like they said, it's up to the polishing stage now. Like they're just tidying the game up, so could be sooner than you think.
Is that going to be? I'm going to be interested. I'm going to buy that.
I mean, it's open world, Dark Souls. Like it's actual proper open world. You can ride a horse around the world. Like,
see, open world just gets me from the get go. I love open world games.
Yeah.
Right? Did you play Ghost of
No,
Tsushima?
but I've seen you play it, and I've seen Sabby play quite a lot of it. It looks fantastic, and I like the combat, so I should probably play it.
It's kind of got Dark Souls combat to a point in that too. Like it's very stamina. Is it stamina based? I can't remember. But it's like you fight 1-on-1. But I mean, if this is all true, Norse mythology, Celtic mythology, fucking day, night, weather, like, man.
Jim's all over it.
Yeah.
He's going to buy it.
He's going to splooge his pants.
There was also a thing where it said there was going to be Cthulhu monsters like in Bloodborne.
Oh, Lord Cthulhu.
I mean, there's Cthulhu monsters in Demon Souls, and they can one-hit you if you're not careful. Like they shoot a spell at you, and then they go, which
that was the sexiest noise I've ever heard you do, Jim. That was the sexiest noise I've ever heard you do.
It's like they just shoot them, and then you're dead. Like it's just they get you. But Cthulhu creatures, I'm all for it. Tentacle dudes, I'm down. This one's non-game related, but Melbourne's in restrictions again, getting restrictions because COVID again.
Yeah, don't even tell me about it, but I don't have to worry about it.
Oh,
yeah,
because you're at
regional
outskirts,
Victoria.
I guess.
We don't get
Nice,
frowned
man.
upon yet.
That's the best place to be, isn't it?
But actually, someone, a couple, left the Melbourne airport and just did a runner on the authorities without quarantining.
Wow.
And they're going to be both fined $19,000. It would have been cheaper to do the hotel quarantine.
Yeah, they're going to regret that now when they get caught.
Oh, they've been caught now apparently, and they said sorry, and they waited for an hour, and then they just left, and because no one knew what was going on, and
you can't say sorry to fucking leg him.
Yeah, and then they went to a family barbecue. Like, you're just destroying it for everyone.
Yeah.
No.
Fucking. Well, Sydney destroyed it for everyone.
Yeah, now we're all yelling at Sydney like everyone was yelling at Victoria.
Yeah.
No, it was all fine. Then Sydney had to go and get that. Now Queensland's got the new strain. Fucking Melbourne's getting back restrictions. Possibly another.
Yeah, we're back to wearing masks inside, and it's just.
I know. I got to look again. I got to find my masks again, start washing them, and start wearing them.
Yeah,
again.
it's just crazy.
Yeah, because that new strain's 70% more contagious, man.
Is it really?
Yeah, like it's a lot more contagious than the
Is that the
original.
one from South? It was South Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. No, from England. From the UK, yeah, man.
But how do we end up having the thing from the UK? Like, who do we let in?
It was apparently a pilot, I think, wasn't it?
People were getting started again.
Because apparently the flight crew, which they've changed the laws now, but they got quarantine at home.
But did you see what Western Australia did? As soon as you got them 3 cases, Melbourne's like, fuck yous, we're blocking the border.
It's probably not a bad idea, really.
Yeah, but they haven't had any, like, in months. Like, they're blocking everyone out.
Whatever they're doing is working. That's all that matters, I suppose. That's all they're looking at.
That's exactly it.
Even Tassie's doing great.
We've had none since middle of last year, I think.
Whatever you're doing is working. You just got to stick to it, I guess. And
we're just cutting it out, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we are getting tourists here where I am, though. Like a lot of them.
Stay away from them, Jim.
I'm not sure if they're as a tourist or I'm not sure if they're from.
See, the frustrating bit is like my brother is a police officer and he missed Christmas and New Year's because they rang him the day or a couple of days before Christmas and said, "Oh, you've got to go to border patrol, like you're on borders." So he wasn't able to spend it with his family, like, and there would have been many others.
Oh fuck! Would have been probably hundreds of thousands.
Yeah,
that
it's just bloody over something simple, I suppose, that the government could have fixed.
Over someone who doesn't obey the rules.
Literally all it is.
Yeah.
You think fucking Karens?
Karens.
I'll say it to their faces. I'll call them a fucking Karen.
And it's going to be on and off for quite some time, I think. Just like
that's exactly it.
Especially our vaccines are anywhere near ready because they just cancelled it.
No, that's right.
So they're going to wait another 6 to 12 months for another one. Plus, there's that new strain, so it's another few months on top of that.
And
then, depending on how different it is or how similar.
Well, this could be 2022, 23 the time we get a fucking
crazy
vaccine.
How, like, they can invent something so quick, but like for cancer, for say, that's taken, like they still don't have a cure. Like, is it just because the whole world's fighting for this bloody cure? But then you think they'd do that for cancer as well?
It is very interesting.
It's way above my pay grade,
as we know.
Yeah,
cancer's.
That's right, as we know, Jim. It's a very big pain in the ass.
But like you see the people getting vaccines in America, like the people who got the vaccines, like the politicians, their needles were fake.
Yeah, they would be.
Did you actually see that? Like they're already pushed in and shit. Like they weren't even getting injections.
No, it's stupid. Yeah. Even like that. The New South Wales premier that buddy got the flu jab, but they still left the cap on. I was just like, really?
It's because they want people to think there's a fucking vaccine when there really isn't.
Yeah, well, that's what makes you think, though. Like, if they're all like going on about the vaccine, but then having that lie, how much do we know of like the COVID like actual sickness is true? Like, it's like you got to be cautious either way. Like, don't be stupid about it. But at the same time, be smart. And it's just like it's starting to become like kind of confusing. Like, what's real now? What's not? What's being controlled? What isn't? Like,
well, COVID's real. The vaccine isn't.
Like, it's just
the way
because the dude who got a dude who got the vaccine apparently now has COVID.
Yeah, but I think he got it 8 days before, and apparently I said it takes 2 weeks to a month to work.
Which doesn't. That still doesn't help.
That's right. If you're in a high area,
you need 2 doses, and to get the second dose, you have to wait.
So imagine catching COVID twice as
you
bad.
Get COVID before that. You're fucked anyway. Like, it's no one has handled this well at all.
We've handled it a bit better than the States, but anyway, who's the judge?
I think we've handled it the best, to be fair.
Yeah, I tried to look up a list before it was on the news, and it said who's handled it the best, and I think we are up there, apart from Antarctica, but
us, New Zealand, stuff like that.
Yeah,
because you hear nothing in New Zealand.
No,
I think they just shut everyone out of there. But I mean, that's all we had to do. Lock Australia down for the whole last year and this year.
Yeah,
we would have been fine.
Well, see here, like in Victoria, everyone was just sulking about being in lockdown. It's like just deal with it for the 8 weeks, and we'll get out of it. But people were throwing parties and doing this and that, and it's just, you could go on for ages.
It's funny, like they're complaining about wearing a mask and shit. I'm like, they can't do anything, but they're the ones making it so we can't do anything.
Like, just wear a mask. It's not hard. You wear a shirt. Like,
it's just like the government gives them too many options. Like, the government just needs to go, you're doing this, and that's just the way it is. Like, look at Korea. They just literally said, like, this is happening, and you do it.
Yep. Well, they should. I did say have policemen at like the end of a street. Whoever's leaving must have a very good fucking reason. Yep. Like if they should have like an escort to the
Curfew,
shop to make sure they actually go in there.
exactly, just governance. Like, it's drastic, but I mean, I'm wondering, like, is that the way they're going? Are they trying to implement that totally? Is that the world we're leading towards, like a more governed, like, life? Like, what's going to happen?
Hopefully.
I think the big issue is people don't take it serious because they don't know anyone that's had it. Until you've had a family member that's had it and died from it or seen them in a state, I don't think you don't realise it's real.
That's
well, there's permanent health effects. Like after you get rid of it, like you got fucked lungs. Like people have got brain damage because they've had COVID. Like it's a real thing.
Because the oxygen and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like they've got scarred lungs. Like people have lost memories and like the whole brain's just scrambled.
And you see them videos where the people are just eating like onions and garlic paste and stuff because they've lost their sense of taste. It's like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I did have that once, and I didn't like not tasting. My steak tasted like shit.
No good. Especially steak. Steak's good.
Because with chemo, my taste was gone for months.
Yeah.
So bad. Like water tastes like biting my cat. So bad. Like, because when you're in the hospital, like, they give you these, as you would know as well, Juddy, like those shitty vegetable meals, like steak and veg and shit, chicken. Like I couldn't taste
probably a good
any
thing,
of it.
I guess, because they don't taste the best.
No, because it tastes worse.
If it tastes worse, that's bad.
Like it's. I mean, I have to admit, in Melbourne, the restaurants at the bottom of the hospital, the Zuki or something.
Yeah, I think it's Zuki.
Is it Zuki
or Suki or something?
The meals there. Oh. Those are
yeah, because they're separate, like cafes, restaurants.
Yeah, but I couldn't eat it, so I could smell it.
That's all I could do.
Everyone's going to be eating it. I'm like, fuck you. I can't eat it because I'll fuck it back up. No, but like, it's not hard just to stay indoors, go to the shop if necessary.
Yeah.
Like, I was born for this shit. I'm staying home like a champ.
Yes.
Nothing's changed for you, Jim.
No. I still do what I want. Like, I still do work and shit, but I'll go straight back home.
I do the same.
Like, it's not fucking hard. Like, you don't tell me complain
about it. And I wear a mask for 12 hours a day. Like, I make food for a living, so, I'm used to it. So, suck it up, wear a mask, we'll get out of it.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, people complain wearing it 30 minutes, and you're wearing it 12 hours.
So, it's like my nan got a badge made up saying she's exempt from wearing a mask. I was like, Nan, I have asthma and I have to wear it for 12 hours.
I mean, asthma, a mask would help.
Some days it actually does, because I'm in a powder plant, so the dust is in the air. It does sort of help, but other days, like when you get an asthma attack, it restricts it, and you're just like, oh god, you take it off, and you're like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah, like don't mind me, I'm just dying. Put the mask on. I can't.
Cut a hole in it, defeat the purpose.
Put on
from the asthma puffer.
You're right. It's not working. Take your mask off, dickhead. Fuck's sake. I mean, I've never wore a mask the whole year.
Damn lucky.
Year. Like, because, I mean, Tassie's got nothing here. Like, we've got no Rona. So, I am wary of my deliveries, though, because they come from Melbourne.
Spray the box.
And New South Wales. I'm like, I'll risk it.
I need what's inside, so I'm going to risk it.
Well, usually it doesn't last that long because it takes like a week to get here. So
I think the max it lasts is 3 days on stainless steel.
Yeah.
It's like cardboard and that wouldn't last fuck all.
With a bit of luck.
But hopefully it won't be over soon, but I'm just hoping we get it under control that people just stay.
Yeah, I think now that they found the pilots and that were bringing it in, but they weren't quarantining them. in the same place. I think now that they've found that, once we get it under control again, it'll be under control.
Yeah.
You'd think so, but they're sneaky fuckers who are in contact with multiple people who have Rona, and then they keep spreading it.
Where you get people like that chick in India that took her PPE off to have sex with a COVID patient. Like, that's just... Why would you do that?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Just make sure you wear a mask.
In sex ed now, it's going to be condom and a mask.
I mean, just wear a whole fucking hazmat suit. Just cut a hole.
How'd he die? COVID of the sword.
Yeah. COVID of the sword. Fuck that. I mean, I wouldn't want to imagine if that was a thing. That would be fucking weird.
Well, you've got a mighty fine podcast here, Dale and Jim. It's gone quite some time.
Yeah, it does. It goes for a while. It can go for a fairly long time. But yeah.
We've had one hit 2 hours once, 2.5.
Oh damn!
Nearly close to that.
It just like we lose track of time.
Yeah, it does happen. Like I keep looking at my phone, and my phone was on 20%. And I was like, oh god, and I was like, oh well, we're 85 minutes in.
Okay, this game is very sus. I just decided to open up Steam and see what's on the sales, and I'm just like, I am questioning what I'm looking at right now.
Did you see Beam and G Drive?
I did. That's what I was thinking of looking up, and then I've just gone through the list of sale games that are cheap, and I've come across Genital Jousting.
Ooh, that sounds enjoyable.
It's just dicks. It's just dicks.
That's random. I mean, that's not the game cocking. It's playing as a scrotum. It was weird.
It's very questionable, and the dicks get longer and fly around, and dicks go... Oh, okay, then. Oh! And it's been reviewed by MK.
Is it?
Oh, wow.
It's got it here. This surprisingly girthy package comes with multiple minigames, a story mode as well as many online Click here to read. It's got the MKU badge. What?
Who the hell reviewed that then?
It's been taken down off the MKU page.
Was it bad then? Like the game bad, or just not what?
Maybe it didn't fit in line with content. I don't know.
Oh my god! It actually is.
I mean, it's an official game, so
it's just cartoon dicks everywhere.
And yeah,
that's not the game copy. You're a scrotum with a sperm gun, like.
Oh.
It's a very weird game. I couldn't get past the first boss, which was a flying vagina with wings.
Oh god.
But, JUDDEE, I do recommend getting that game. It's like $5.
What's it?
It's called Cockhead. Cockhead. It's just... I think Dale seen me play it once on stream.
Oh, yep.
It's a side scroller. It's pretty funny.
It's like it's a knockoff of Cuphead.
Yeah,
I see, it is. Yeah.
Except I got to the first boss and I cannot defeat it. I don't know how to defeat it.
Oh god!
You got to tickle the clitoris.
I tried because you got to avoid needles. I'm like, don't jab my dick. You got to avoid needles. I'm like, wow. So I mean, you might like it, JUDDEE. It's pretty fun.
I might have to look into this. I just looked at it.
I think it's cheap. I got it for $6 or $7. It might have come down.
What the fuck is that? It's a robot with massive tits.
We're sorry if you listen this far in that now this has come up.
We're getting to that point of the podcast where it's just like very questionable. we're an hour and a half basically. Did you want to drop your socials into the end of the podcast there, JUDDEE?
Oh, I definitely can. If you want to find me on Twitch, it's just JUDDEE. And Instagram is the same. That's all I've got. I don't really use Twitter.
It's just
JUDDEE.
Twitter, bro.
And as always,
Twitter's the main.
it's the main thing for a lot of us.
Yeah,
So.
and it is nearly everyone, but I don't know. I just haven't got into it yet. I have it. It's just JUDDEE on Twitter, but I don't use it yet.
Don't use enough to real.
So if you want to drop him a follow on there, you'll be there for when he posts.
Exactly right.
Why do these robots? I'm questioning why these. Okay, these robots have big tits and big ass. Makes no sense. I don't know what this game's supposed to be, but it's questionable.
How did you get into that section of the games from sale?
Just all the cheap stuff, the real cheap games. It's called JUDDEE.
Because no one wants them.
It's trying to be like Portal, but then like some weird game. I don't know.
So just put in the cheapest ones and you get weird rabbits with tits and ass. I don't know what the fuck
robots, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said rabbits.
No, robot. It's a robot with these massive jiggly jabbly friggin' titties. They're shooting robots.
Oh.
Another.
I don't know where I got rabbits from.
It's weird. Making stuff just to make stuff. It's like normally a $21 game down to $4.30.
Cheap.
Jesus. I mean, I just bought Ark on Steam. I might play it again. Got to get done.
Oh yeah. There. Well, you won't even play Red Dead yet. Was it Red Dead you won't play? You downloaded something? You bought a game but haven't installed it yet?
Red Dead.
Oh, Red Dead.
I must say, Jim, that's the most backwards thing I've ever heard.
I've already finished it.
Oh, fuck. What's it? What? There's a game called Hand Simulator.
Yeah, right.
I finished it on Xbox.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
I was trying to play it on back compat.
Make it all nice.
Oh, I've actually got to put in there my 2.5, 3 week old DualSense controller. My right trigger has lost its spring.
Oh, really?
And now
so it just gets stuck.
No, it's very loose.
Dang.
I can still use it, but
actually,
it's very
something
loose.
About triggers on that. I've just jumped into the Nintendo Switch world. And rally games are hard to play when the trigger is not like... When the trigger's just a click. It's like you've got one gear and that's flat out.
Yep.
I tried that with Mario Kart.
I don't get it.
Wait, do you think Mario Kart?
Actually, no.
I think you use A, maybe?
Or B, and then the triggers are to fire your weapons.
Which is still only one fucking speed, which
it's
is
just like flat
press the button.
And especially on a rally game, you come up to like a hairpin and you're like flat out. You're just like, oh God, when do I brake? And then you brake and it's just all brake.
So you've got to feather both things to turn the corner?
It's so backwards, but I'm still liking it. It's good.
That's what I don't get. The Switch should just be made for Nintendo. Oh, excuse me. Games.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Like, they haven't got races really, except for Mario Kart, and that works just with pressing A or B.
Yeah, and then I guess if they limit it to that, like, does that sort of limit it to the age group that are going to buy a Switch, though?
Yeah.
Because, like, if it was just Mario, I wouldn't buy it, personally.
I mean, I don't like Mario.
Unless it's on the 64, I don't want it. The 64 was killer. It's still killer.
The N64?
I've still got the Mario collection box up in the cupboard, and I got the Pokemon collection box up in the cupboard.
Yep.
Pokemon Gold.
With the buddy booster pack thing or whatever it's called that goes in the bottom.
Was that Pokemon Stadium Gold? Is it gold?
Gold.
Silver. Gold and silver? Yeah, Pokemon Stadium Gold. I kind of took that back in primary school from someone.
It's been exposed.
I'm not gonna.
Jim is a thief.
Oh, this was like like 20 years ago now.
You filthy crook.
I permanently borrowed it.
That person's listening to the podcast like,
And then
that's where it went.
and then
He now owes me $300.
Can you imagine? Like, can you imagine? Like, they're like, that's where it went.
You owe me $300 in late fees, asshole.
I only borrowed it permanently. It wasn't that bad.
I'm sure we've all done that with something along the lines.
I mean, this was back when I was in grade 5 or
You
6.
didn't know any better. That's all that happened.
Exactly. Kid's a kid. I think Karma got it because I lost it.
Yeah, and now they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah. It went somewhere. Yeah. I probably
It went somewhere. I know. And now all of a sudden.
Because I've got like 4 N64s laying around somewhere.
Yeah.
And like 20 controllers. I don't know. I think I got them from eBay. Like a pack of 4 N64s. I'm like, one of them's got to work, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
One of them did work. I kind of want one where it's got a HDMI adapter to it, so I can use HDMI.
Do you know how much they want for them?
Yeah.
One of the modded ones. It's not that much.
170,
Like $100.
180. There's one for 300 with the box.
That's not
but that's
bad.
that's a lot.
But you can play HDMI fucking N64
Yeah,
games.
Well, that's
That won't stretch your fucking screen with those
no,
AV
that's
cords.
just for Pokemon Stadium. Just
Yeah.
the game itself, like that's crazy.
Because I've got one of the old wrestling games on N64. I tried playing that. That was so bad.
Back in the day, it was awesome.
Back in the day, like I used to play the 2002 like SmackDown game.
Oh,
That
SmackDown
game
was so good, and then it really like dropped in the ass.
That's on PS2. Ooh. Here Comes the Pain and SmackDown vs. Raw. Fucking, now wrestling's got weird.
Wrestling's got weird.
Oh, my back is killing me. Oh.
No, because have you played one of the recent ones? They're canned. They're so linear now. Like back in the day, like you could do anything you wanted in one of these matches.
Climbing up on top of the cages and throwing people off them and that sort of stuff.
Choke slam with the Undertaker straight down. I did that once, and I swear I killed the dude.
Yeah, well, look, that would probably happen.
Like 5 minutes. Like he was down there, he wasn't getting up. I could have pinned him like 20 times over.
You just wanted to see if he got up.
Yeah, I was just sitting up top doing taunts, and he wasn't moving.
God.
But yeah, now these new ones are ever since the 2K wrestling games are just bad.
Yep, exactly right. Just like the AFL games, they're terrible.
The AFL, man,
so broken.
Man, I fucking love this AFL Evolution 2. I bought it on PS4.
Yeah, no, it wasn't my jam.
You've got to get used to it. Like the controls are weird, but I loved it because I just play as North Melbourne and just kick people's asses.
Which doesn't happen all that often.
Just wait. Who for, Juddy?
Not Carlton. No,
the
definitely is Carlton.
Yeah, I got a mate who goes for Carlton.
My grandfather played for him in 1953. So the whole family goes for him.
Oh, so you have to go for him. Oof. You sorry son of a bitch.
I think we've got one family member that goes for Essendon and she's frowned upon.
if I had to go with that, I'd probably have to go with St Kilda because I think in the 50s as well, one of my relatives played for St Kilda.
Better go for Saints, Jim.
I don't
like him. I don't want to do it. Don't make me do it.
I don't like them. They're bad. They're poo-poo. I mean, everyone's probably heard of him, but it's just I don't want to go for Saints. I like North Melbourne.
What are you going to hit us with, Dale? You've been awfully quiet. I'm waiting for this big explosion of awesomeness news.
Go, I'm like, you guys are getting into it. I'm just looking through all the cheap Steam games, seeing what I can buy, what I might buy. Add to my wish list.
Oh dear!
Just looking at all the weird games that people make.
But what do you have the AFL game on?
Xbox,
JUDDEE?
I did have it on. Yes.
Oh, you did.
Xbox.
Damn it! We could have versed Carlton versus North. Oh.
I've still got it on there. I haven't turned my Xbox on since I got my new PC, so it's probably going to explode.
It's a bit.
Oh, do that.
All the updates will kill it. It'll sound like a jet trying to take off.
Dust. Right? I mean, the PCs aren't.
No,
quiet.
that's true. I've turned my fans down to that just now so that didn't come through the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of turned mine up. I'm not sure if they picked up.
I don't have mine's been coming through, and I've got mine on.
Nah, it's all
pretty
quiet. I just got a remote that you can turn them up and down. It's so easy.
You
That's right. I'm
fancy
super
son of
fancy
a
over
bitch.
here. I got bloody RGBs and everything.
It's got all the things.
You got RGB, so
Yeah,
it's a
that's right.
gaming pooter.
Well, I just got
Yeah, that's why I've got them open for this. That's why I've got a fucking tempered glass one so I could show off my RGB.
Well, see, my PC's got 2 tempered glass sides, so you can see it from the front and the side. And then I look over at my streaming PC, and it's just got a red neon light around the motherboard. And that's it. And I'm like, oh, it's all sad.
I mean, if that's all it needs for
It's true.
that's
I
all
might
it
swap
needs.
the fan out for something shiny.
It's just weird. Like, it's all of a sudden RGB is the main thing, and then it'll just
that's
pass
right.
again. I mean, I do like it, like having a lit up computer, keyboard, mouse. Like all
Yeah, I
mine's the
bought
one
my
colour.
keyboard from Kmart for like $35. It's a lit up one, like RGB, and it's so good.
Fuck
I haven't
yeah.
had any problem with it.
I might have to look at that one.
See, Daddy's spending wisely.
That's exactly. You got to spend
it's
smart.
It's just a click. It's a button. Like, how can you
Hey,
stuff it up?
Did spend smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent like $250 on a keyboard.
Is it any like? What's the difference?
Mine's heavy. Mine's fucking metal. Like,
Luckily, I don't have to carry my keyboard around quite often.
it's MX keys, cherries.
One thing I'll say, if you do want to get like, if you're playing PC all the time, I made up this thing that like sits in my chair. So I slide my chair up to the desk, and I've made a timber cutout that goes around the desk, so I can sit my arms on it, and then just play on the keyboard, so my arms aren't like hovering in the air.
See, Juddy's here living in fucking 2030.
It's so good. It's much better. I can game and let my elbows down, and it's just like, I'm comfortable.
I need to get a chair first.
Yeah, well, you stand up and game. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I am thinking of getting a chair, though, because for games that aren't Rocksmith, I need to sit, maybe.
Yeah.
Except for Rocket League, I stand up for that because I get into it.
Dale gets into that, don't you, Dale?
But,
I get wild.
Why don't you
into
tell
Rocket
your
League.
wild fans about your Rocket League experience?
My new coffee cup holder on my table.
Oh, I love it.
It provides a DAP. I'm going to replaster up this patch a bit and make it actually a proper coffee cup holder. So.
in real time, Juddy, I That scared the fuck out of me when he punched that.
It would have just Dale punching the desk.
I thought he was whacking his keyboard on the desk or something like, or his controller. Like I didn't think he punched his desk. It didn't sound like he punched it. It was just like a
I
controller
was
going whack,
adamant
whack,
he was
whack,
playing
whack.
Fortnite when it happened, and I was like, "What are you playing?" He's like, "Rocket League." I was like, "Whoa, that's a serious different type of rage build up there."
Yeah,
He was just hangry.
I was hangry, and we had some. What the fuck is what Russophobia?
He was. It was funny. Fucking Dale's mate Vin Chicken was trying to calm him down. I think it made him worse.
Don't tell me to calm down.
Because he kept saying like, "Calm down. What do you got? What do you got?" Then it's just like, all of a sudden, bang, 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 bang. Oh fuck! He just went quiet. I'm like,
Are you still alive or?
Oh, it was. What the fuck
there
is
goes the
this game?
controller.
What the fuck is this? This game is so weird. It's like 90 cents.
But-
It's called Russophobia.
I must be the only non-rager playing a game.
Yeah, I don't rage that often. I like.
You
I
don't
give
raise
it
a
off
roof,
the odd swear word, and then that's about it.
What the
Yeah, that happens. If you don't swear,
Well,
are
that's
you
right,
a gamer?
I 100% agree.
I don't want to add this game to my fucking release date was 26th of December 2020. What the frick?
BeamNG Drive is what you should add to it. I'm playing it right now.
I do have it. It's like $30.
How much is it?
It's added to my list. It's like $30 nearly.
Oh, I'm too broke.
I'd love to play with some people.
A little cheap thing. I will get it eventually.
I was so close to getting Gary's mod the other day. I was talking to Dale about it. I was like,
Do it.
Gary's mod.
I've got Gary's mod
too, so if you get it.
It was like $20. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I gotta install it.
But instead of that, I bought Ark and the season pass.
Oh, fuck yeah, wanking simulator.
Yay!
It's $1
But
something.
you can do it in real life. Why would someone want a
$1.45.
simulator?
Oh, dude, you go around fucking going mad. You got super jumps and fucking. What the fuck? It's like
I
post.
apologise for this part.
Oh, the dude's wanking off to a photo of grandma. Okay. That was just hilarious. The dude fucking was holding a cop in the air, and he like looks up, looks at the ceiling, see the cop's up in the air, and he looks down, and he's like jerking off, and he looks back up again.
Jesus.
Oh my god, I might get this game just for fucking shits and gigs.
You know, Dale's going to be streaming later.
Oh my god, some of these games are so similar games you've played related to this. Gary's mod.
Oh wow.
But
That's weird.
I think we may start wrapping up the podcast there.
I think so, because the way that was going could be a lot worse.
But yeah, I'll leave it to Jim as always to wrap up the podcast and see us out.
But there's JUDDEE for everyone who was keen to know who JUDDEE was.
I appreciate you having me on, guys.
No, thanks for coming by and enjoying us on this new season.
Season 2, goddamn.
Hopefully many more to
Yes,
come.
I'll definitely be back if
Many
you
more
wish to
episodes.
have me.
Yes, we will see you in the foreseeable
I'm
future
keen
of
to
the
see what
podcast.
other guests you bring in and their opinions.
Like Corey
Yeah.
Taylor and...
Margot Robbie.
Keanu Reeves.
I mean, we could probably get anyone we wanted eventually.
Eventually.
Probably get Pewds on here, like, fuck.
Could do. Who knows what we can get.
Did you see there was actually a YouTube rewind today?
Oh, there was there?
Mr. Beast made it.
Oh,
I love Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast, yeah, man. I swear he was in my stream once because someone said, "Who's the best YouTuber?" And then he's like, "Mr. Beast." I'm like, "Oh no!"
Oh no! And then next minute, 10 grand comes in.
I was like, "Don't make me do something
See,
stupid."
Mr. Beast, if he was in your streams and said that, would be really hard because he likes PewDiePie more than himself.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but it's not usually him doing it,
Yeah.
though. It's usually someone else. But it's like, they're like, who's your favourite YouTuber?
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
This is
I
what
don't have a favourite. I actually said Markiplier. Because he is pretty awesome. And he's like, but what about Mr. Beast? I'm like, you're trying to get me, aren't you? You're not real. I found out that he wasn't. I'm like, thank
Imagine
God.
if you had it stuffed it up.
I would not want to disrespect the great man like that. But it is what it is. If he pops in your stream sometime, JUDDEE.
Yeah, I'll be a lucky man. I'll be all fangirling and stuff.
Make it one of his videos.
Oh my God!
Mr. Beast! I wouldn't even be able to watch it, to be fair, if I was in someone's video like that.
Yeah.
I'll be so embarrassed.
Especially if you did something stupid.
Right? Like, I do stupid shit in my stream all the time. So if it was on, like, Mr. Beast or someone's channel, like, ugh. I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Viral cringe, though.
We will start wrapping up, otherwise it's going to go on for another freaking hour.
We can go for ages.
But as always, if you've listened this far, we thank you for listening and
coming back,
not leaving for the last 2 hours, you could say. It's a bit longer than usual, but we had JUDDEE on episode 1, season 2. We had to make it a big one. I'm not saying they're going to get bigger.
No, they won't be. They'll be full, but they won't be bigger.
Exactly. But as always, we've been Dale and Jim and JUDDEE, and that was weird to say that one. We'll catch you guys next week for episode 2.
Woo!
And
Bye.
stay safe.
Yeah.